I'm just walking my dog, singing my song, strolling along. Oh, it's just me and my dog, catching some sun. We can't go wrong. My life was lonely and blue. Yeah, I was sad as a sailor. I was an angry one too. And there was you.
Hi, I'm Mary Catalano. Welcome to Rescue Roundtable. We have some wonderful guests here today. They've done something really wonderful recently. Made a big difference. It's going to open a lot of eyes, and I'm real happy about it. Welcome. It's two Carols. I've got Carol Sachs and Carol Raphael Davis. And these ladies were involved in the puppy mill protest that just shut down one of the stores in Beverly Hills.
It was Beverly Hills.
Beverly
yeah.
Hills.
We made.
And, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that we sort of inadvertently made Beverly Hills go humane.
Fabulous.
Because there was this one store, Posh Puppy.
Yeah.
And they were selling live animals in Beverly Hills.
Right. And this has been going on, and it goes around. Oprah, fortunately, just finally did a show about puppy mills, at least something mentioned. But you guys are doing the. How did you guys do this? Because I heard that you started calling her up and yelling at her.
Hilarious.
Telling her stuff. Tell us what you, how you guys got started.
How did it start,
I'm from
Carol?
Beverly Hills. I was on my way to the office. I'm driving down Wilshire, and I see Posh Puppy. But I knew from that they had a pet store called Posh Puppy in Tarzana selling puppies. I thought, oh my God, don't tell me it's the same. Then I get a coupon in the mail. It says $100 off a puppy for a new pet store that's opening in Beverly Hills. So I called Carol and I said, oh my God.
She said it.
I said, there's a pet store selling puppies going up in Beverly Hills. This is it. I can't take it, across from Neiman Marcus. She says, well, what are we going to do? I said, I don't know. We've got to do something.
Every day
I
she called me
her.
every day, and she
and
said,
I complained.
"You got to do something, Carol. You
I
got
complained
to
to Carol.
do
I
something."
complained to my friends. I said, this can't be. I can't go down Wilshire anymore. And so that's how the whole thing started. And it was in December of 2007 that they opened Posh Puppy, and that's when we decided we were going to protest.
We just decided, you know, my friend Carol said, you know, Carol, you have to do something. So the two Carols said, all right, why don't we get a group of ladies together? Because, you know, for the people who are watching your show, pet stores that sell live animals are puppy mill fronts.
Yes.
They're all supplied by puppy mills.
That's
There's
right.
no way that they could actually have that kind of supply.
Right.
Where they have a continual turnover of Malteses, Havishans, Maltipoos, Yorkies, Poodles, all these teacup breeds that are so popular right now. There's no way that they could keep turning them over and selling them like this without being supplied by mass breeding facilities. So we know that in the movement that pet stores are puppy mill fronts. But the public doesn't know it yet.
Right.
So we thought, well, let's go camp outside. Let's stage a siege of Posh Puppy in Beverly Hills.
The Saturday before Christmas.
We picked.
Nice.
Yeah, we decided exactly. We decided that we would pick the biggest puppy buying day of the year, which is the Saturday before Christmas.
Did you research that was the date or not?
Well, I've known that all along. I've always known that.
Yeah.
Before, because dogs are bought for Christmas. People
Right.
buy puppies for Christmas, which is a terrible idea because a dog should never be a gift. An animal should never be a gift.
But we ended up getting a huge group of us. I mean, we must have had 50, 60 protesters out there, and they closed that day.
They closed that day.
And they just opened the store. They
closed because it was all over the
internet.
internet.
They were so scared.
We posted it everywhere. We posted it all over the internet, on MySpace, on Facebook. I mean, you name it. Everyone in the movement, everyone in rescue in Los Angeles.
Flying.
I know. I saw the emails.
The internet was buzzing.
I know,
it was just buzzing.
Yeah.
And then and when we
and
got
it's never
there,
been done before.
Never.
Right.
Yeah.
Never.
Nobody's ever done it like in the United States even. Right?
I don't know, but I'm not sure. I know that that's never happened in Los Angeles for sure. I wouldn't want to be so presumptuous as to say that we're the only people on the planet that have ever done this. I hope other people are doing it.
I believe there's a pet store, Petland, that's in the Midwest.
Yes,
that
the
they
Companion
do
Animal
protest.
Protection Society did close a chain of stores in the Midwest.
Yeah, and that was supposed to be the Costco of the pet the puppy stores.
Yes, Deborah Howard of the Companion Animal Protection Society. But anyway, for LA, it was extraordinary, and we kept getting more and more people coming. It was absolutely invigorating. And when we saw that they were afraid of us and that they were closing because of our presence of just some ladies there who love animals and who said, you know, that's it, we're mad, and we're not going to let you do this and lie to the public about puppy mills anymore. That's it. We've had it.
Right.
And when we saw that they closed, we realized, hey, we've got a little power here.
Right. We've got power.
People can make a difference. They actually can, and people don't think they can do anything about it. As a matter of fact, a lot of people were telling us, oh, you'll never close the store.
Oh, I had girlfriends that were saying, oh, you know, you're giving up your lunch and your shopping on Saturdays, and it's not gonna work. It's not gonna do anything. The laughs on them.
That's great. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah, I mean, what's really great is that normally what we look like was a group of women, because it's usually women in rescue. It usually is, unfortunately.
I don't know why.
Because we're nurturers.
Okay.
We're
We
natural
did have some
nurturers.
celebrities out there that
We
day.
did. Richard Belzer joined us that day.
Yeah.
And I was able to drag my husband, you know, under threat of, you know, no more this or no more that.
Right.
Food, really. But
so now you guys have known each other for a long time.
20 years.
Now, how were you involved in rescue? What were you doing before you guys? Or how do you guys know each other? You know, because you got involved in rescue together, or
walking orphan dogs at the Amanda Foundation.
Okay, great.
That's how I met Carol, and we've been friends ever since. And I've never done anything like this. I'm just, you know, I usually just go to rescue organizations and walk the dogs, or help out with the rummage sales, or maybe getting silent auction gifts for the fundraisers. And this is a first for me, and I'll tell you something, I love it.
You're going,
having
baby.
the
You're
time
in
of
it
my
now.
life. Yep.
You're like, don't stop right now.
That's right. We're on a roll.
Yeah.
Well, we had the most amazing success, and now you know the siege lasted 5.5 months.
Great.
5.5 month siege of a puppy mill front.
Yeah.
And a lot of things happened. The people who were in the store would come out and yell at us and point at us and say things like, "Are you a Christian?" Because they're very religious.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Store.
Oh, that's nice.
And we also, while we were protesting,
Nice.
we met a lot of people who had bought sick dogs there.
Right. We had a
And
list.
we had a list of people who had bought sick dogs there, and some people whose dogs died after they had bought their dogs at Posh Puppy. And we talked to those people, and with the information that we got, we asked them to give us all the vet bills. And what was really interesting, and this is an MO of pet stores, is when you buy a puppy mill dog, very often puppy mill dogs are very ill. They have congenital diseases, they've got Giardia, they get ear infections, eye infections, you name it, because they come from such an unsanitary and horrendous conditions that all of, and plus the inbreeding, they have all kinds of problems.
Right.
But this is what the MO is of the pet stores, is that when you come in and say, hey, my dog is sick, and the vet bills are actually more expensive than the $4,000 price tag of the dog. I'm up to now, we've spoken to people who said, I've spent $8,000 on this dog.
Yeah.
And then what they did at Posh Puppy, and what they do in stores all over the city, is that they make you sign a waiver that you won't sue them if they pay your vet bills.
Wow.
Because they don't want to get sued. Because if they get taken to small claims court and they get a judgment against them, they could lose their license.
Wow.
So they don't want to lose their license, because these dogs that they buy for $200 online, or that they're breeding themselves in mills right here in LA County, it costs them nothing. Look at the margins. Look at the margins. Have you ever heard of such a margin? A dog that you make yourself. You've got a dog in a cage up the 138 up there, right? Costs you nothing to make it. Highway 138. Yeah. You've got a dog. It costs you nothing. That dog gives you 8 puppies. Each puppy, each Yorkie, each Maltipoo is worth between $2,000 and $4,500. This one mill that was supplying Posh Puppy, they had 402 dogs. But look, we did the math on this. Do you know how much they make a year? They make this is conservative. They make $586,000 a year, undeclared. They don't, because they were only allowed to have 100 dogs.
Of these little girls.
So the dogs are in cages their entire lives. They're making $500,000 a year just on that one mill. How many mills do they have? The brother owns the mill next door, so he's got another 400 dogs. These people are making millions of dollars abusing animals, keeping them in cages, and they are never allowed out of their cages.
I want you to repeat this, because when I saw, fortunately, the footage on Oprah that they had gotten, which is available where on YouTube. Is it also
Lisa
available?
Ling Investigates.
Yes,
it's on YouTube.
But people don't know unless they see it. You can't really comprehend it because
Google
it's so
puppy mills.
It's so horrific that you can't even imagine that dogs or any other animal would be treated that way.
Stacked cages and trailers.
Stacked cages
in heat.
and trailers.
With heat. 100 degrees out there
Cause
in Lancaster.
infection.
And cold in the winter.
Yeah.
They're
Cold in the
exposed to the
winter.
elements.
Yeah.
Right.
Another thing that a lot of people don't know, what happens in puppy mills, or there are many different ways to call them. They can be called pet factories, because cats are in there too, and rabbits too, and lots of other animals and birds. But companion animals are kept in cages, and they're on what's called euphemistically raised flooring. They call it raised flooring. In essence, what raised flooring is, it's a wire cage, and the dogs never have a resting place. So the dogs, and you know dog foot pads. This is a puppy mill dog. The dogs, I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, I know that her feet hurt because they live on wire. So their feet are not really conformed to be living just on wire their entire life. So they have terrible foot deformities.
So they have to clean the cage.
Many of them have.
Oh, I know.
It's so that the feces and the urine will just come down into a tray, and they can either pull out the tray or a high-powered hose. And the dogs are all terrified of hoses, by the way.
I'm sure,
because they've been hosed down.
Yeah.
So the public doesn't know. The public hasn't yet connected the dots between the puppy pipeline. They come from the mills, they come from these pet factories, and then they go to a broker, and then through the broker, then they get to the fancy pet store. But it's sort of like the Wizard of Oz.
The internet too.
And the internet. They
Puppy
sell,
mill.
They all sell on the internet as well.
There's a site, Kiji, or something like that.
Yes.
It's all puppy mill.
Yes. They that's another thing. We'll
But
talk
I would
about
like
What do you
to
mean?
say,
What's puppy mill? You mean footage of puppy mills?
No,
or
they're
people
all
trying to sell you?
from puppy mills. They're puppy brokers. But I would like to say, Carol mentioned, you know, with these puppies being so sick, and because of that, and her talking to people, there was a big article in the LA Times from her interviewing one woman about the lemon law.
Ida Akavan. Her name. And so we were able to get the waiver and all the vet bills, and she was willing to talk, because a lot of people aren't willing to talk. You know, they're not confrontational. They've had enough trouble. They're saddened as it is having a sick dog, and the kids are crying because the dog is sick and might not live, and people just don't want any trouble. But we finally got a brave woman named Ida Akavan, who had bought a dog at Posh Puppy in Tarzana, and she stopped me. She was bringing in the dog to have it groomed there, because, you know, they don't just sell the dogs. They've got like a lifelong contract. You come back for grooming, you come back for the bed, you come back for the food, you come back for the toys, the collars, the leashes. So not only do they make the $4,000 on you on this, but you keep coming back. So she said, "What are you doing here?" And I said, "Well, we're here because we have proof. Look at the pictures. The dogs, the mills that supply this store are inhumane. Look how the dogs are living in these cages. They never get out of their cages." And she said, "Well, you know, my dog was very sick. You know, we had thousands of dollars in vet bills. My children were very upset." I said, "Would you be willing to talk to me about this?" So I gave her my card. She called me. I said, "Would you be willing to talk to the press?" "Oh, I don't know. Finally, she talked to the Los Angeles Times.
Fabulous.
And the Los Angeles Times broke the story, and then that was the beginning of the floodgates.
And that was
for all
2
the
weekends.
press.
It was a popular story. A lot of people wrote in.
Yeah, in
That's
the business
so
section.
great.
Yeah.
But
In the business section,
Yes.
I love that.
It's great because this is not only
This
an
is a
animal
section
cruelty
that
issue.
this is going to get somebody with. Yeah, it's great.
It's
That's
not
great.
only an animal cruelty issue, it's actually a consumer protection issue.
Yes.
Why would you want to spend $4,000, you're getting ripped off, and then you're going to spend another $8,000, $10,000, maybe $15,000 on operations to make the dog okay so that your kids don't freak out? This is a bad business decision. Not only are you contributing to cruelty.
The same dog in Beverly Hills is $4,000. The same dog in Koreatown with the same parents is $900.
Great. Nice.
Yeah, so people are getting ripped off because the mills that supply, like World Kennels USA, which is the mill that supplied Posh Puppy.
Where she's from.
And where's World Kennels? Is it in Lancaster?
No, it's in Little Rock, California.
Okay, nobody ever heard of. Great.
Little Rock, California is a tiny little town. Yeah, it's a tiny little town. I've been up there because we went up there for the raid.
Are these guys closed down now or not?
No.
The store is closed.
Posh Puppy is
Yes.
But not the
not
mill.
the mill.
The mill is not closed. They were raided. They were cited. They had way too many dogs. We got the dogs.
How many did you get?
Well, we couldn't get them all.
Right.
Because they went to the Lancaster shelter and everybody just started putting dibs on them.
Yeah.
We had to negotiate. Animal Alliance, Last Chance for Animals.
Yeah, we got 53.
And we went in there. We got
53.
Yeah, and the Best Friends Animal Society. We got a lot of the dogs. We did, and now the
Who's
dogs
going
have
to check
wonderful.
up on these people? I mean, there's not even
I'll go myself.
I know,
will
but I'm just
check
saying that people
Yeah.
have no idea. That's just one.
They're just going to build
You're
it up
talking about
again.
one place.
Well, here's the thing. In the investigation with LCA, we found that just going up there to see that one place,
Yeah.
we discovered that Southern California is the puppy mill capital of the West Coast. There are hundreds of mills in Southern California that go under the radar, unregulated by the USDA.
Golden Retriever mills.
All kinds
Yeah.
of dog mills, maybe thousands of mills. We haven't been able to investigate them all, but I'm telling you, there's a new page, there's a change coming. The public is with us. Oprah did a big show, 40 million people. People are finally beginning to understand.
It was her
Getting it.
biggest talked about show that she reran it again.
I know.
Just like, yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Believe me, I
She
know.
had 5,000 messages on there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. It was.
We're going to
absolutely-
investigate all of these mills because
Yeah.
now we're getting them for taxes. We're getting the IRS on them. Because look, if they've got 100, if they're allowed 100 dogs and they have 400 dogs, and we're just talking about this one mill that
Right,
we do
right,
know
right.
about. Each dog is giving birth twice a year to at least 6 puppies. So let's say
Right.
that's 12 puppies. And let's say that those dogs aren't, they're not even registered
Right.
with anybody.
Right.
They're not supposed to have, those dogs don't exist,
Right.
let's say. But yet they're making millions of dollars on the dogs that
Right.
don't exist.
Well, it's like
so they're not paying
with the
taxes on
spay-neuter
it.
bill that we're trying
Right.
to pass for the state of California. It's unbelievable how many people have no idea that the people that are breeding animals, even maybe not better breeders, or I don't think any breeders are nice
Right.
until the pounds are empty. I am totally
Yeah, I'm
object
with
to
you.
I
anybody
agree.
breeding or making any more animals.
have no business.
If the pounds were empty all over the world
Right.
and no animals were being killed for being alive, not sick, not mean, not anything else but alive, then maybe you could make some more animals. But I am absolutely, I mean, people go, well, my friends wants to breed. I just almost had, I had a huge fight with someone, came to my adoptions. What about a good family that wants to have their, I said, there's no such thing as a good family that wants to make more animals when
Right.
animals are dying for being born. What are you, out of your mind? And he's like, you're really closed-minded. I said, I am so going to kill.
Go to the bump room
But
at
this
the
was
pound.
a white guy.
Yeah.
And, it was a white guy
Explain
in
to
Santa
people what the
Monica.
bump room is.
Oh, the bump room. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
where the-
please.
But your viewers might not know what the bump room is.
Where they
Oh, yeah.
euthanize the animals.
It's not euthanizing. It's killing.
Killing.
It's a different
Killing.
word.
I call it murder. I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to call it
One
murder.
One more.
It is
I'm
murder.
going to go.
Yeah.
I'm going
It
to
is
take
murder.
that step and call it murder.
Yeah, and,
Murder.
the thing is that now I have 2 kittens in the car that are this big that were brought in by some piece of shit that brought him into the pound. He brought a bunch of cats in.
Come here, baby.
They were in a hamper, and they were different ages. A mother cat with kittens that are this big, another mother cat with several kittens. These kittens, he didn't know where the mother was. I mean, these kittens would have been killed in a half an hour because if I wasn't there to take them to bottle feed them, that's what the policy is. They're trying to get people to foster them, but they're just coming in so fast you can't even pick. I was there. I took 5 animals. That's like nothing. They caught.
Yeah.
They didn't be in within 5
Right.
minutes of my arrival.
Yeah.
I was already outdone by the twice, 3 times as many animals being dumped. I had no dent. I'm making no dent. It's so
Yeah.
frustrating.
It's unsurmountable.
You just can't even.
Unsurmountable, almost.
It's like a math issue when people. And then I've had people come up to me. I asked them to sign the petition to support the spay-neuter bill, and they go to me, "Well, won't we be out of animals?" And I'm like,
Yeah, I hear that too.
how can you possibly imagine that we would ever be out of animals?
Right.
I mean, first of all, this is only for the state of California, and and how are you going to enforce it? I said that's going to be something we're going to try to do, but murder is against the law, and people still murder people, so it's not totally enforceable that you can't murder people. I mean, it's just you just do the best you can. You report people, you try to stop it, but this is unbelievable.
What kills us as a group of animal protection people is that people are still buying dogs.
I
when
can't.
we are
I
killing, when we are
cannot.
murdering 4 million companion
cats,
animals.
and cats.
I
Yes.
said companion animals,
Yes,
which
yes,
includes
yes,
cats,
yes.
a year in our
yeah.
nation's shelter system, which costs the U.S. taxpayers $2 billion a year.
Yeah.
And we have no business, as long as there are still these animals in the
Right,
cages,
right.
we have no business breeding, selling, or buying animals, period, until those cages are empty. It has got to stop.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I really think is important to discuss with this puppy mill issue is that the pet stores lie to the public.
Of course.
They lie, they lie, they lie. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Oh, yeah.
They tell you, oh no, because when you go to a pet store and you ask, where is this dog from? Which is a reasonable question to ask of an employee of a pet store or a manager or an owner. Where is this dog from? You know, I've heard all the bad press. Where is it from? Is it from a puppy mill? And they'll go, oh, no, no, it's not from a puppy mill. We get all of our dogs from licensed USDA breeders. So this is the thing that I really, people need to know. Just because a mass breeding facility, an inhumane facility, is USDA licensed, doesn't mean that that dog is not being tortured every day of its life for the rest of its life until it can't breed anymore, and then they put a bullet in its head.
Right.
USDA license only means that it has an annual inspection. That means that there's some guy
once a year
that comes around.
One guy. That probably can be paid off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They probably call up the owner of the mill because they're local people.
Oh, yeah.
And go, wink, wink, I'm coming by. You know, March 15th, I'm going to be there. Wink, wink, we'll have a beer.
Right.
This is, and the rest of the year. But even if it is a real investigation that day, or a real, USDA person coming in who's not necessarily buddying up to them, even if that wasn't the case, the fact is this: the rest of the year, that USDA licensed facility, the operation of it is left up to some callous people who call themselves companion animal suppliers, and these people don't give a damn. These people are only giving the minimum standard of care. And I urge anyone to go to the USDA website to look at the minimum standards of care under the Animal Welfare Act.
It's pretty pitiful.
Yeah.
It's 6 inches in front of their face is the minimum standard. 6 inches. Now you go stand in front of a wall 6 inches away from that wall, and now stand there for 5 minutes. You're going to want to turn around. Now stand there for the rest of your life. That's how these dogs are living. Those are the mothers of your dog that you see. All the purebred dogs that you see walking around town. All the beautiful little adorable dogs. It's not their fault. But where is that dog's mommy? Where is that dog's daddy? Where are they? They're living in canine supermax prisons. They're living in hell.
They've never walked on the ground.
They've never seen the sky except through the bars.
I look at this dog, look at trees, grass,
This dog is from the Lancaster
Puppy Mill.
Okay.
This is from the raid. This is from the raid at World Kennels.
She's had cesarean.
Now, why did it, again, we were talking about this, but why do they do cesarean? Why?
They do cesareans because it's easy. They can just rip them open, pull the dogs out, especially with the bully breeds, the French bulldogs.
This is what people don't know. Please make this clear. I want people to understand this. These dogs cannot even be born naturally.
A lot of them can.
I'm going to start crying again.
Yeah, especially
they cannot be born naturally. Who are the bully breeds?
And the bully breeds are the most popular breeds now. Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
The bully breeds that are so popular today, French bulldogs, Boston Terriers,
pugs,
the pugs, English bulldogs. The bully breeds can only have a few. And because their head is so large, they can't be born vaginally.
They were bred to have a head that large. That's not a God thing,
it's
really.
It's a freakish thing. There's no such thing as
it's not like an original design. It's not an original design.
You won't go into the jungles of Borneo and find a pug. It's not going to happen.
Right.
They make these dogs.
They make these dogs.
And
they made
a puggle.
They made up the breed.
Right.
Puggles, Maltese,
they made up the breed. The mother can't even have a natural birth.
But to get back to the cesarean,
because
because the head is so big, it can't be born naturally, so they rip the dog open. Now, under the Animal Welfare Act, by law, breeders must have a veterinarian performing cesareans. They have to have it, but they don't because it's too expensive.
Right.
So what they do is they cut them up themselves. They cut them open themselves, and they stitch them up. We have seen dogs that were stitched up with rope.
That came in from Lancaster.
Rope.
Yeah,
rope.
They don't care about the dog.
All of their teeth are rotten.
Yeah.
Because they drink out of rabbit feeders. And it rots their teeth as they're sucking out because they don't want to even bother giving them bowls of water. It's too much work.
They'd have to clean the bowls.
Oh, my God.
They have to have their teeth pulled. It's
no
awful.
veterinary care in the
No.
mills. But what the public really needs to know is when you go to a pet store, you are contributing to puppy mills, to pet factories. Just like shoes in the shoe store are from shoe factories, pets, including cats, rabbits, birds, all of them. The pets in the pet store, they're from pet factories. And people need to know. It's a really simple fact. They need to know it.
They don't want to know it.
Yeah, I don't know. You're right. Some people don't want to know it because it is very difficult to look at. So I'm not going to force you to look at the pictures.
But a lot of people don't even know what puppy mills are. That's what we're kind of coming across.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, people don't know the animals of the pound are killed.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my adoptions in Santa Monica that I do, they are not, say, excuse me?
Well, thank God Oprah showed that on her show, too.
Excuse me, they kill them?
Yeah.
They kill them?
Yeah.
Even people dumping animals. I had some stupid piece of shit, pardon me, I'm just, a woman had a mother cat and 5 cats that were this big now. She's getting evicted. She was dropping off all the cats because she's getting evicted. She said I said, they're all going to die. And she goes, what are you talking about? I said, they kill everything here. What are you, nuts? Well, what is the matter with you? Well, I said, why didn't you fix the mother? Well, we were gonna, but we didn't get around to it. And now the cats are way too old to be adopted because nobody wants a kitten that's mid. They don't want teenagers. They want baby kittens because they're idiots.
Right.
And those animals are all going to die. It was unbelievable to me. They actually don't know the animals are being killed. They don't know that, they have no idea what's going on.
It's very difficult for people to imagine that no one wants to think of unpleasant things. You know, if you look at, you just turn on the news, I mean, even the horrible war in Iraq has been relegated to the back burner.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's all celebrity stuff. And, and people are very interested in following celebrities. Now it's a celebrity culture. And then we have idiots like, you know, celebritards like Britney Spears, Kardashian, Paris Hilton.
All buying these little dogs.
As accessories.
Oh, yeah.
And little girls
They're
want
like
to
purses.
emulate them.
They're purses.
Yeah.
And Paris Hilton, 17 of these little dogs, not spayed or neutered, running around.
Mattel has a new line of Barbies out now. They are going after the young girl market, 8-year-olds. And the new Birthstone Barbie, I think it's called, has a little teacup dog.
Nice.
So Mattel is going to be responsible for the irrational desire of a teacup dog, which will in turn push these puppy mills into overdrive to supply the demand. Because little girls as young as 8 now are saying, I want, mommy, I want a little tiny dog. I want it now, I want it now. And the parents will go and buy it. We've seen that in front of the stores.
Well, hopefully we're educating people at these protests.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah. But you can't be everywhere. I mean, I was
telling you about the store in Manhattan. No, we can only do one at a time, so we really need
out
help.
of time? I can't. We're out of time, guys. And you guys were worried that we wouldn't, you know, please, I told you. I really want to thank Carol for coming here today.
Thank you.
And I want you to please go on the internet and read about puppy mills. Read about the real truth about puppy mills. Go to the internet, look for the footage. You will not believe what you're seeing. And never, ever breed or buy when animals are dying. Don't ever patronize anyone that's breeding animals. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm just walking my dog, singing my song, strolling along. Oh, it's just me and my dog, catching some sun. We can't go wrong. My life was lonely and blue. Yeah, I was sad as a sailor. I was an angry one too. And there